So for the Lakers, their last game a loss to the Pelicans at New Orleans and defensively.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, the tough position.
Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Lakers. Early in at center. Russell is out there with Bryant. Then it's Julius Randle. And it's Pondexter in at the 3. And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ballgame. Here's Kobe. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And Kobe drops them both. Now here's Parker. Out to Duncan. Down low. And stolen by Russell. Moving it up. Flushes it down to finish the break.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there. A rim rocker.
Looked for a second like he might rip the cylinder loose.
I tell you what, that is some grown man strength on that attack.
Early. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Early's got 6.
And that's his go-to move right there in the low post.
Here's Duncan. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
He's hit the ground running here in the first, putting together a nice quarter offensively.
Now let's find out what head coach Greg Popovich had to say to Doris Spurs. Doris?
When talking about who they'll be most concerned with on the other side, he laughed a little and asked, "You mean other than Kobe?" He said that it's an almost futile effort to try and slow Kobe because he can score in so many different ways, saying, really, all we can try and do is prevent him from getting into a rhythm and try to force him into tough shots. Guys?
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Here's Randle. Nice D from Duncan.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Parker outside. Duncan with a screen on Bryant. Parker kicks to Duncan. Randle grabs the board. Lakers have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Here's Early, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And very little fight to the bucket for the Jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not to take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
Parker passes to Aldridge. From the line, they get the rebound. And here's the Lakers. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Bryant dishes to Early. And Randle throws it down.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
That's good. And that's now 6 points for Duncan.
Shots are just flowing from him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Early kicks to Pondexter. Early the pass to Russell. There's the feed to Early. Randle dishes to Bryant. Releases from the wing and drills it.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Boy, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
Timeout. Timeout. Start it. Here we go, San Antonio. Please mute out the Spurs dance team.
And now a quick look at some very potent men in the middle lately.
That is major productivity. Big man like that, guys, it's never easy to come by.
Especially not one with the arsenal of moves this fella has. He's mastered the art of low post offense, and no matter what look the defense throws at him, he typically has a counter.
On defense, the Lakers. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Offensive rebound, rejected by Early. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. And the Spurs with possession here. Trailing by 10. Mills with it. He's picked up by Russell. West kicks to Smart. Here's Olynyk.
A real struggle to shoot the ball in that first quarter.
Yeah, and it's been ugly. I mean, really ugly. They need to find a way to get a few easy baskets to try to build some confidence and some momentum.
Snell kicks to Early. Poked away.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
And he gets it to go.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Lakers leading by 8. Williams passes to Early. Rebound by Olynyk. Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs winning their last game against the Suns.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against the defense that...
First pass, drops it in from 11 feet. Bass has got his first points of the game.
And they keep going down low with the ball and keep getting positive results.
Extremely positive. I mean, this is a very nice lead to have early in the ball game.
Mills. No good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And that last one came right down to the wire. The difference for me being the impact they got from their bench.
Really such a security blanket, Greg, when you can count on that second unit. To step in and provide key minutes, especially when the game is in doubt.
Here's Mills following the basket by Freak. Mills dishes to Olynyk. Here's West. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Russell kicks to Early. Leonard with the steal. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Here's Mills. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Here's Early. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Early's got 14 points for the game. And LaMarcus Aldridge, the franchise player on this team, without question. He talked about the responsibility that comes with that role.
In every aspect, you know, it's a change for us, being more vocal, doing it on the court, trying to lead in practice. I think overall everything I do has to be better because guys are trying to follow me.
Greg, does that acceptance come with putting a whole lot more pressure on yourself? And if so, what does that do to LaMarcus Aldridge's game?
And, you know, Kevin, that's what's going to be so interesting to find out. Some players, you know, they really relish in that situation. They rise to that occasion. Others, I don't want to say they wilt under the pressure, but they're just not comfortable in that environment. And in the NBA, you get to do it on TV and in front of thousands in person.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Lakers.
They've been making some really nice Passes out there. Excellent pass.
San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. West is checked in for Olynyk. Leonard comes in for Anderson. Marcus Smart's checked in for Daniel Green. And it's Mills in for Parker. A big group substitution here for the Lakers. Early, he's checked in for Hibbert. Bass comes in for Larry Nance. Tony Snell's checked in for Quincy Pondexter. And it's Williams in for Kobe. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pelicans had a huge game. He had 40 points and flashed his range a few times in the process. A dominating performance from a player who might start making waves around the NBA. That is what the franchise hopes, at least, guys.
And thank you, Doris. It was a performance that has to have their upcoming opponents terrified.
Yeah, I think they'll be a little afraid. I mean, anybody who saw that game has to still be in awe of what he was able to do. Just absolutely dominant.
Boy, I tell you, he was in such a rhythm and on a roll. He could have won that game all by himself.
Mills passes to Aldridge. Once again off the mark by San Antonio.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
No slowing him down. Just some incredible numbers for Doug. 15 points, and he's tacked on a couple of blocks today, too.
And they've been important to the team. Even if it's only a couple, it's helped them establish a defensive presence inside.
Early hits them both.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Boy, it certainly appears to be the case, Greg. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
Count it, and the Laker lead has been cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from LaMarcus Aldridge. LA's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Early, marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Here's West. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
Kobe's checked in for Los Angeles. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Smart with the ball. Williams picks him up. Leonard with no one around. And the rebound collected by Early. Early's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Kobe. 24 seconds left in the first half. And he gets it to go. 21 points for Freak.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Now here's Mills. He's guarded by Russell. Here's Aldridge. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Aldridge has got 8 points.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using...
How about that, Kevin?
What range on that shot!
Unbelievable.
It's amazing. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Lakers lead by 8. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Coach, you haven't seen much work put in off the bench thus far. When we see that second unit after the break, what are you hoping to see from them?
I just want to have a semblance of motion so that they know where they're going and the ball moves. They don't play in a crowd. And just basically see if they know what they're doing.
We'll see, Coach. Thanks for the time. Guys.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.